Welcome back to Upper Michigan Today, everybody. Hopefully you're watching this from the comfort of your living room and not from a waiting room or from your place of work, for example. I mean, we've had many closures come into the newsroom. We've been tracking them on our website. Julia, you mentioned that you experienced pretty poor conditions on your drive in just a couple hours ago. I don't really think those have changed much.
No, on my way here, it was hasn't been plowed yet, but they're getting to it. And my car was just being taken by the side to the road because of how wet and heavy the snow is. So make sure you have like some good traction on your tires. Make sure you're paying attention out on the roads there.
Nice waterproof clothes too. If you're just standing outside scraping off your car, that snow is really wet, so that's going to saturate you pretty fast. Now, we have had Michael Sobek outside around Marquette Township area this morning, kind of keeping an eye on conditions and on the road. So we'll turn to him now. Michael, good morning. Thank you so much for braving the elements. How's it going out there?
Well, Tia, it's significantly worse than it was earlier this morning. The wind has picked up and the snowfall amount is significantly heavier. Now we're over here on US 41 just in front of the UPHS hospital right here in Marquette. And I'll tell you, this is probably the area of roads you're going to be one of the most concerned about. If you're at home, I highly recommend staying inside just because our drive from the station here was a little dicey. The roads feel very shifty because it's very, very packed, wet snow underneath what was already freezing from overnight after we had that little bit of warm up. And just kind of give you a quick reference here. So this is some of the fresh fallen snow, and while it's a little bit more grainy and falls apart real easy, if you look out, see where these cars are driving, you see that water splashback. That's what's underneath. So when these winds pick up, you get a lot of that fluffy snow, reducing visibility, and then as you're trying to drive, you're hitting slush, which can pull a car in different ways, and that can cause accidents. You could slide out, and we won't want to see that happening. So I highly recommend definitely staying inside. If maybe enjoy a good book, maybe just bundle up near a heater, because not only is it getting a little cooler, but it's also windy, and that wind can be quite difficult, and so you want to make sure you're prepared for that if you do have to drive. Tia?
Thank you so much, Michael. I think you should go inside a car, warm up, maybe have a cup of coffee or something. We do want to check back in with you at the end of the show if you'd stick around. Wow, that just was such a bright white scene, so much snow. I mean, honestly, it looked fun to play in it if you don't have to leave the confines of your yard and you can just head back inside and kind of switch out the wet gloves with dry gloves every...
have a snowball fight.
Have a snowball fight. Well, we are going to continue our chat about this winter weather. We do have some ideas for you to have some fun in it, but first we do want to continue talking about safety and emergency preparedness. So we will pick up our conversation with Sheriff Greg Seibert after the break.